give people starting out on YouTube?
I guess you should be doing it because you love it, and I think other people have said the same thing. Like, there's no reason to be starting because the reality check, no one is going to watch anything that you make when you start. And sometimes that's a good thing because you're learning. Other times, no, you have amazing content.
You're really great,
but you don't know how to be discovered, you don't know how to market yourself, etc. No one's going to find it. And so you're almost wasting your time at that point with that content. So it's like you need to be doing it because you're doing it to start growing something, not expecting it to happen overnight. And I feel like a lot of people think, oh, it's so, if someone that talks in their bedroom can become successful, then I can just be successful without trying. And it's an old model of thinking.
And you should just, go through the top 100 on YouTube. It's simple enough to basically go through there and start looking at what works. There's so many people that think that they're gonna take their one huge idea that like is, this long web series and it's just so epic and they're gonna spend so much money on it. And, you can look online and see that nobody's successful doing that. Like, maybe one person. And so, like, you have to, like, think of the odds, think of especially YouTube, look at the types of content that people are actually being able to do. And maybe you're not being able to do that grandiose project, just like we have all these projects that we cannot do right now. There's no way.
But we're in a position now because we've understood what content to make with our skill set that we could now make that type of thing one day and we'll have an audience for it versus
if we did that from day one, we'd have zero audience for it.
So I think it's kind of broken down into two places where it's like if you are a narrative filmmaker and like you're actually looking to do serialized content, you have to be thinking outside the box with your show. And if you're not going to make sketch comedy or make these viral type videos because you just can't, you need to look at your own show and find elements within it that you can make content that'll drive people back to it. The type of thing that you can market externally, because on YouTube you're not just gonna get found overnight, to then drive an audience in for yourself. And that's kind of the narrative game because it's so hard. There's almost no narrative channels doing that well on YouTube. There's only like, us and like Reckless Tortuga and like Julian Smith and a couple other people doing narrative sketch.
It's even like back when we made those features with the toys, like back when we first started, the whole idea was that we had these funny little pieces, minute to 2 minute sections that were hilarious, that we knew nobody's going to feature a 15-minute episode of something, but they will love this thing that had a Harry Potter moment in it, and we'll go feature that, get 1 million views on that, and people will then want to see what it came from. So you have to build it, understand, you can't just make content and think that people are going to watch it. You have to have a whole strategy of how you're actually going to get people to come and watch what you make.
How do you market a YouTube video?
Well, it's really as simple as, a lot of people look at us as like, oh, the master marketers, and it's like, yeah, we're really quick and efficient and have relationships, but really it is really as simple as, if you make a content, what is your content? What is your niche? And I think other people talk about that too. You need to make something that has an audience already, when you're starting out especially. So if you have something like Lost, for example, we'll just use that as the case study. We did something for Lost, huge fan base in general, but a very huge faction on the internet specifically. So there are dozens of Lost blogs, some of which are very well trafficked, that would love this because it's Lost content, and not a lot of people are making Lost content. So you do searches on Google and you just find the places that talk about Lost, and you write them. Then it's like, well, Lost is on television. You feature what television blogs are out there.
Every single television blog from every newspaper that you could possibly get contact information for and start writing them.
And then Lost is science fiction. There's science fiction places to go to also. Then there's toys, and there's toy enthusiasts. You can go there. So like you always just need to think of where can you go, and then you need to understand how to talk to these people, personalize it. Don't really send out a mass email to all these people. Really go to their website, look around. So you start seeing like, oh, you know what? I think this really would work here, because the last thing you want to do is email someone being like, here's my video, and they're like, I don't write about Lost, I write about heroes. Like, that would be bad.
Yeah.
So it's not hard. It takes a lot of grunt work, and it took us. There was at our peak of needing to do this, it was pretty much 72 consecutive hours with both of us at computers marketing videos to get it out there.
How do you decide what ideas you're going to pursue?
One of our big things, because of again scalability, is to make sure that it's something that we can shoot a lot of in a day. We probably wouldn't make it unless we can shoot a bunch of them, like at least 3 episodes of that show in a day. Because to be able to stay ahead and to stay timely and to stay on top of production and not fall behind, one of the biggest problems if you talk to most YouTubers is that they're literally shooting like the day before they're about to upload a video, and they have to make a video a week. Like that is what people want. They want a video a week. They want to come back every week and support you that way. And so one of the ways for us is to be able to just like have 15 videos that we haven't even edited
We're notorious stockpilers, and I think for the people that know us best, I think our reputation around YouTube is they're the guys that stockpile a lot of videos, and it becomes like even right now, I think we're back up to 15 or so shot, and at one point we had 30 unedited shot videos back in the summer. So it's like we shoot, and then we're like, good, we can just edit and write.
And then it makes you relax a bit because you're not thinking
not
like,
being
oh,
in
God.
production.
In terms of production,
You know?
production
Yeah.
stress.
Every week.
Yeah,
Yes.
their production is stressful.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I think that there is something that like even us, like if we had, if we were even bigger on YouTube, and if we were able to bring on, like if we had an actual like whole studio, and it wasn't just the two of us having to deal with everything, we would want to be putting out a lot of these shows weekly. But it's just, again, that's where right now YouTube and people that are even successful on the site, you're stuck to not being able to put out that much content. You only can put out so much because that's the way people, I think people look at YouTube as either like, oh, that's so easy, you know, like, you know, that person, I could do that. Or it's like the opposite of just like, you know, oh, I can make so much stuff. And a lot of people go into it thinking, I'm gonna be able to put up like 3 videos a week. And it's like, no, it's like, if you're especially making high quality content, fully produced, written, like sketches and videos, you're not gonna be able to put up that much content if it's just yourself. Most of the time it's just one person.
We're lucky that we even have two.
Yeah, we're lucky that there's 2 of us.